Hey guys, Eddie here. Today I thought I'd do a video and wanted to share with you some exciting news that I'm very excited about. I have a brand new book coming out. This one's published and, well, it's going to be published. It's going to be in the bookstores, which I'm very excited about. It's basically going to be called 30 Properties Before 30. So obviously, hence the title. It's going to be about my story of buying more than 30 investment properties before the age of 30 years old. Right now I am 30. Right now I've probably got 33, 34 investment properties in my portfolio. I lose track about how many properties I've got. Yeah, so I'm very, very excited. This book will be out hopefully around officially February, March next year. And this is the first time I've gone public about it, but it's going to be coming out, so I'm very excited about it. I'm going to be working with one of the biggest book publishers that there are here in Australia. There's going to be a lot of marketing going into it. It's going to be in the bookstores. I'm going to really try to push it as far as possible to get the greater reach as far as possible, so people can read it, people can get inspiration from it, get tips and tricks from it. When I was starting out my property investing journey, I was 18, 19, you know, and like even before then. And one of my first real jobs, I would catch the train from Mount Druitt Station in Western Sydney all the way to the city and North Sydney. It was about an hour and a half on the train ride every day, jumping in on the Mount Druitt train station, which was just, it was pretty dirty. And it was just a rough commute there and back every single day. Hour and a half there, hour and a half back. It was like 3 hours commute plus every day. And that's when I read all my property investment books. That's when I started reading. I read a lot of property investment books when I was like a teenager, early 20s, on that train, commuting every day. I read Rich Dad Poor Dad, you know, Steve McKnight's book, which property investing, 0 to 130 properties, all the other property investment books, all the other property investing gurus. Some of them were, you know, full of shit. Some of them were, you know, good. But when I was reading that, when I was first starting to read all these property investment books, as an example, I was like 20, 19. Everyone else was so much older. All these people writing the books were like 50 years old. They were like 45, 60. They were explaining what they did property investment wise 15, 20 years ago. And I was like, well, that's all this information is great. I love it. But there's no recent books. There's no examples of properties that people are buying today or back then. So I always wish that I wanted to basically see that someone else had done a book that was my age or maybe close to my age. Back then I was like, let's say 20, 21, and I was reading a lot of those books. But I didn't see anyone at 30 that put out a book. I didn't see anyone in their 20s that did a book, or their mid-30s. Everyone was 45, 50, 60 years old that putting out all these property investing books. So the first book that I wrote was about 4 years ago. It was 10 properties by 25, self-published. I put it on Amazon. I give the book away for free now as an ebook to everybody. It's been downloaded tens and tens of thousands of times, probably hundreds of thousands of times on Facebook, Instagram, social media. It's given out there for free. It's a lot of information in that book that I just give away for free. And that's basically the story of myself building my property portfolio, the whole rags to riches thing, from, you know, growing up in Western Sydney, Housing Commission, broke as a joke, you know, with single mum on a pension. Obviously, you know, my story attracted a lot of media attention, being on TV a shitload, all the media articles and all that kind of stuff, because no other property investor has done what I've done and come from Housing Commission and, you know, been really, really broke. And a lot of these other property investors that have done books, I know for a fact, a lot of them got help from mum and dad. A lot of them had mum and dad, you know, that were property investors that point them in the right direction. You know, I'm not trying to downgrade what anyone else has done out there, but I guess that's what I wanted to see when I was younger, because when I was in that position first starting, I was like, well, all these people, they tell their story, they grew up you know, on the North Shore, or they grew up, you know, with people, with mum and dad that maybe had a business, or they learned from them, or they, you know, had some kind of mentor or someone in their family that had invested in property before. Whereas no one in my family ever invested in property. No one in my family even owned a property. So I had to learn it from scratch. And I grew up in, you know, housing commission, very low socioeconomic area, Mount Druitt. Love everyone in Mount Druitt, all my friends, and, you know, people that are still there. You know, no disrespect to the area, but it's a rough area. But no one in my area even knew no one knew about no one invested in property out there. So I had to learn from scratch. And long story short, I want to do this book, and it's going to be published early 2022, and it'll be on all the bookstores. So look out for it. You know, recommend it to people. You know, get the book, because there's a lot of information. I put real life examples, real life recent properties that I've bought, that also clients have bought this year, 2021, within the last month or two. Last year, 2019, these properties are still out there. And in the book itself, there's a lot of information about finance, structuring your portfolio, exact strategies, areas, states, property market cycles, my journey about how I did it and what different things I did. So there's going to be a lot of information. It's like the next level. Like if anyone's out there that's read a little bit about the you know, the ebook that I did, 10 Properties by 25, you know, it's about 100 pages or less. This one's going to be thick, juicy, full of information. So keep an eye out for it. I'm very excited. It's writing a book personally. A bit of feedback is pain in the ass, but I'm good at taking action, and I'm good at, you know, setting goals, and I'm good at and really going after what I want. So it was very hard to get this book out. It's been like literally 2-3 years in the making. Every book that I've done has took years and years and years to really put together. This one, I've got a lot of help from the publishing team, from book editor, people helping out with everything. So thank you to everyone out there that helped out. Yeah, it explains a little bit about some of the recent purchases that I bought, upgrading my place, buying a big, you know, multi-million-dollar place to live in, buying my mum a house to live in as well, which I'm very proud and thankful for being able to do. And, you know, the more information, knowledge, property investing knowledge that you learn over the years, the more that you soak up from other people. Like, there's been, you know, I've watched YouTube videos in the past. I've read all the property investment books. I've took bits and pieces of different things from that other property investors have done, and, you know, fine-tuned it and made it my own, and made different, you know, different styles and different strategies on how you can get there a lot quicker, do things a lot quicker. So yeah, I'm very excited to have the book coming out. Keep an eye out for it. 30 Properties by 30, all the bookstores. One of my dreams was to have, you know, when I started really getting a lot of properties and buying 10, 12, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 20 plus properties, I saw all these other people, all these other property investors, business people that had a property investment book, right? They might have been in their 40s, they might have been in their 50s, and they had a property investment book. And a lot of them, I found, they never actually said how many properties do they have, right? So, like, I don't want to name any names, but there's a lot of property investment books out there. They said whatever's name, you know, the fast track to property, or whatever it is, like all these different kind of things. And but you never actually find out their story. They might share 1 or 2 properties that they bought, but like, to be a successful property investor, I believe it takes achieving the financial freedom that you're after. And 1 or 2 properties doesn't do it, regardless, based on numbers, facts, and figures. But like in the book, obviously, you know, I put out there a lot of information that most property investors don't. Most property investors don't tell you, show you examples that they buy. They might show you 1 or 2, but I'm showing you tens of examples that I bought, and also that clients have bought literally today and within the last 2 to 3, 4, 5 years, and these deals are still available. You know, properties that are very similar out there that you can pick up and make a lot of money on and change your position. So to me, I think this book's going to be really unique. I hope that a lot of people I know a lot of people will find value, but I hope people will see how unique it is. I don't think anyone this young has done a property investing book like this before. So I hope you guys get a lot out of it, and any questions, any comments about anything, put them down below. Please like, subscribe the video, and any questions, put them down. I'd love to answer questions. If you're asking a question, type it in the search bar above the top in the YouTube video, because I wouldn't be surprised if I've already answered it in the past. There's probably 250 videos on this channel, also on the Facebook and Instagram channel that I've done for free. I'm giving that information out for free just to help as many people as possible and give back. So comment below and reach out, and if you do want any help with property investing throughout your journey, you can chat to myself and my team by emailing us. The email address should be somewhere down below, or check out the inquiry on the website. But thanks so much for watching, guys. Keep an eye out for the book, get the book, and thanks so much for watching, and I'll chat to you real soon. Bye for now.